Hi, this is Daryl Maya from Keller, Texas. Today is Thursday, March 18th, 2010. Found a few things in the news today. A little bit quiet, though, for the most part. Reading this story out of Arutz Sheva, U.S. lawmakers stand up against Obama for Israel. I love this story because a lot of these congressmen have gotten pretty upset at Obama for the things he's been doing lately. U.S. congressional lawmakers have flooded the White House and the media with letters and news releases complaining about the Obama administration's unprecedented scolding of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. This following an Israeli announcement last week that a routine housing project was proceeded apace in eastern Jerusalem. So they're basically telling him to tone down their attacks on Israel and start using a more even-handed approach when dealing with the Palestinian Authority. Many pointed out the lopsided double standard used by the U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Vice President Joe Biden in harshly condemning Israel's routine announcement of a zoning approval for new housing in the Ramat Shlomo neighborhood in northwestern Jerusalem. It's a 3-year-old project. Their criticism was delivered as the Palestinian Authority government dedicated a public square to the memory of a brutal murderer who in 1979 led the worst terrorist attack in Israel's history, slaughtering 37 innocent civilians, including children. Okay, so the PA, the Palestinian Authority, announces, hey, we're building this memorial we're dedicating to this great hero because she brutally killed 37 Israeli civilians. You didn't hear a word about that. Okay, but oh gosh, Israel announcing they're going to build 1,600 apartments in a Jewish neighborhood. Whoa! Can't do that! Oh, I hate the one-sidedness here. Seems like the whole world is against Israel. I will stand with Israel till the end, just so you know my position. Let's see, what else? In a letter dated Wednesday, March 17th, 10 members of Congress told the President, while your administration clamors over the announcement of a proposed residential development years away from completion, Iran continues to develop its nuclear weapons capability, and Hamas and Hezbollah rearm and re-energize. Remarks made by your cabinet and your advisors embolden Israel's enemies, who are wholly committed to destroying the Jewish state and undermine the critical relationship we have with our strongest ally for democracy and peace in the Middle East. Wow! Even senators say something worth listening to every now and then. Not very often, but sometimes. It's just amazing that they're so concentrating on this announcement of building some apartments, but yet here's the PA honoring this person as a hero for killing innocent children and women and civilians. Amazing. Looks like there was another rocket fired from Gaza. Hamas terrorists in Gaza have fired 5 Qassam rockets into Israel over the past 2 days. And, Israel has said, hey, we're not putting up with this. We will go after these people that launch these rockets against us, and we will take them out. And I don't blame them. Any other country would do the very same thing. Let's see what else. Oh, Yesha counsel to Clinton. Hey, Jerusalem is ours. In a letter to U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, Jewish leaders in Judea and Samaria explain the unshakable historic and religious bonds between the Jewish people and Jerusalem. The letter was written in response to President Obama and Clinton's criticism of Israel's intentions to build in the Jerusalem neighborhood of Ramat Shlomo, if that's how you say it. The neighborhood is part of Jerusalem proper. Anyway, they're just saying, hey, Jerusalem's ours. And the letter continues, we Israelis believe in the integrity of a strong, unified, and undivided capital for our nation, Jerusalem, the holy city. We Jews are the descendants of King David and of 100 generations of Jews who built and glorified Jerusalem as our capital beginning over 3,000 years ago. You go, guys. You go. What else? What else can we find today? Let's see. Israel approves plan to boost Arab towns. This is out of IsraelToday.com. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Wednesday signed off on a plan to invest $215 million in 10 Israeli Arab towns over the next 5 years. Anybody hear of this? No. Why? Because it is in Israel's favor. Why would anyone announce this? The plan put forward by Israel's Ministry for Minority Affairs will see a significant upgrade in infrastructure, transportation, and building development, as well as investment in occupational development. So Israel's doing this for the Arab people. Okay, this is probably the only place you're going to hear it announced. Let's see what else we can find. The UN and Russia are focusing on restarting Mideast peace talks. This is out of the JerusalemPost.com, and apparently the U.S. envoy will be in Israel next week. So looks like they're going to try to restart these peace talks. Here's an interesting story. This is out of AlJazeera.net. So, really, I don't know how reliable this is, but don't blame me for the story. I'm just reading it. This is out of North Korea. They execute a top official for botching something up. They've reportedly executed over handling of last year's botched attempt at currency reform. Pak Nam-ji, the former chief of the ruling Workers' Party Finance and Planning Department, was executed by firing squad. Interesting. So somebody messes up in politics, in government, and they shoot him? Wow. I can think of a few people we should line up. No. Did I say that? I didn't say that. I was thinking out loud, I guess. Anyway, I have to say, when God makes a covenant, He keeps it. There's a lot of people that think God made a covenant with His people Israel, and, you know what? I don't keep that covenant anymore. That's an old covenant. Expiration date came. It's expired. It's old. No. When God makes a covenant, He keeps it. I want to go through some covenants that God has made. Here's one He made between Himself and an individual. This is out of Genesis 2:15-17. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest eat freely, but the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. So He made a covenant with Adam. I almost said Abraham. He made a covenant with Abraham too, but that's later. Okay, He made one between Himself and mankind, promising to never destroy all flesh with flood. That's Genesis 9, verses 9-17. 9 says, And behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the fowl, the cattle, the beast. Neither shall all flesh be cut off more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. So God made a covenant with mankind. He made a covenant between Himself and a nation in Exodus 19:3-6. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, You have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Okay, He made one between Himself and a specific human family, which was David. This is in 2 Samuel 7, verse 8-17. Now therefore, so shalt thou say unto my servant David, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the sheepcote, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people, over Israel. And you can read the rest of that, because I don't have time to read all these verses for all these covenants. Okay, here's a covenant with Abraham. That's in Genesis 12, verses 1-4, Genesis 13, Genesis 15, Genesis 17. Now the Lord said unto Abraham, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land I will show thee, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. and I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Okay, the land of Israel, God made a covenant. This is Genesis 13, verses 14 through 17. And he's talking to Abraham. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. And the great blessing, Genesis 15. The Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward. Let's see, there's another covenant God made when he sent his Son, Jesus Christ, because Jesus is the only way to God the Father. The only way to get to heaven is to believe Jesus is the Son of God and he died to save you. Listen, God bless you. Good Lord willing, I hope to see you tomorrow.